And welcome to Who Does Well's Mumbo Jumbo for end of May, June time. Well, look, the most important thing is we are mere days away from the UK Games Expo 2023. If you are a UK resident and a board gamer, then you should be excited by the prospect of that. Even I am a little giddy at the prospect of that, being mere days away now. It will be, as I said in the last video, it's my 10th, we never worked it out. I think it's my 10th time going. 10th time. Fuck it, who cares? Anyway, yeah, we'll get back to that in a minute. Hello to everyone, all new subscribers and stuff. This is less drama filled as our normal stuff, because I'm all done with the drama for the minute. It's been a bit much, although let's see how we do through this one, because I'm sure there'll be some news and I'm sure some drama. Right, before we do all that, what have I been playing? Played games. So Scarface 1920 I want to say is anyway, Scarface. I mentioned it in another video that I've not edited and put out yet, so I may well just combine all these into it. In a nutshell, Scarface is basically Eric Lang's Godfather game, Corleone's Empire, but made really, really complex and involved. Lots going on, and that's what it is. It is you set in Prohibition area. You all play various gangs. It plays 4-player at the base game at the moment. You all have your own set of powers, your boss powers that you have on the board, and they all seem to kind of be tailored to one specific kind of function of the game. There's jobs you can get in the game, so one of the bosses kind of can manipulate and do more with the jobs, and jobs basically are either instantaneous or permanent. So you get them up, you either complete them and do something and it will give you a buff, good thing, or it sits there and it generates or does something, buffs something as you go along. Anyway, yeah, they all do different things in relation to that. It's a bunch of cards in the game. You have mobsters, different ones you play down. They are suited. If you match suits or certain other things, you can do different abilities, different stuff. And there's tasks you can do on the board. Going on the board and send your mobsters down and doing things basically kind of perks the attention of the law, and you gain heat. And when it goes to the very top of that, I'm saying heat, I'm not sure what it is, but I say heat. It goes to the very top, there's a raid, and then you draw a raid card and shit happens. And depending what that card is, it could affect you in bad or really terrible ways. So yeah, it's a bit of area control where you're taking over. You've got these businesses and you need those to be able to sell the goods you've got to make the points, which is money. But the money could also be used to buy stuff. And there's a lot of moving parts to it. You can upgrade your gang, which will give you extra stuff, more vehicles on the board, or different powers, bigger hand size, or different powers of lawyers can get people out of jail, or recruiters can move things down. There's a lot. There's like a whole board here where you're kind of moving your dudes down to be able to actually put them on the board. So you have to use actions to do that. And if they're killed, they go back to the far end and you have to shuffle them along again. There's the businesses on the area, as I say. You can upgrade them, you can put more businesses on them, you can get more mobsters to put on your hand, and the key thing is the game ends when I think it's 4 of these turns have run out and gone down. Now the raids actually speed everything up, and every time you get to the end of one of these rounds of your actions, you also create a raid, which can have the effect of bumping stuff along. And certainly in the game we last played, the second game we played of it, is Bob had triggered raid after raid after raid, actually, by being right near the top end. And what it had done is it accelerated the game so far along that actually I was playing a slightly longer game, and I never had the time to play out all the stuff I got the stuff, the cards and everything ready to do the thing, but I needed another round to do stuff. Anyway, so I've rambled a lot about it. It is I'm really hard to tell where I am on it. I do like it. I like the aesthetics of it. I like a gangster game. I love Lang's Godfather game. But if I really distill it down to the end of the day, it is that game. It is Lang's Godfather game, which is hard to get now, is out of print, but just overly complicated. And I'm not entirely sure if all of that really helps. There's a lot of stuff we still haven't done. We played 2 games of it. believe we're going to have to play at least 3 or 4 more games to really kind of understand how it plays, because at the moment you can take over other people's businesses on the board, but that's rarely happened at this point in time. But maybe that's what we should be doing, because Bob again steamrolled through by having some businesses and boom, 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 boom. I think it's a game we've spent so much time so far kind of trying to understand. So this time I tried to understand how the jobs work, and I did a lot of job stuff because my gang kind of offered that as an opportunity. Prior to that, I'd spent a lot of time just gaining the associates, these extra mobsters, which would give me more things. And we definitely worked out having more mobsters is great because it gives you more hand size, which means that tapestry feel where you can extend a round out until you have to pass, which will then trigger the thing. The problem is with that, that's all fine and good, but if someone else is next to you is just chirping through that, boom, 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 bing, boom, 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 the game is going to run out of steam way before you ever get to the point where you're ready to get your engine into gear. So yeah, it's heavy. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I've touched upon it. How I stand at the moment is I still need a few more plays. If you are in the market for that sort of stuff, there's Sons of Anarchy, although it's been re-themed actually by Gale Force 9 to Wise Guys, I want to say. I'm not certain of that, is it? Godfather Corleone's Empire by Lang is fantastic, and definitely is like a much simplified version of this. However, probably just as much to get that is to get this. It is, as I say, it is overinflated with stuff, lots of stuff going on, but enjoyable. So anyway, there you go. I'm on the fence. I need to play some more to really know if I kind of zings for me. But there you go. There's Scarface. Then we played Unfathomable the other day. 5 of us and played it for a while. I think it's a nice alternative to Battlestar. I sold my Battlestar. I had every Battlestar and I sold it because I needed the cash. But I picked up Unfathomable out the back of it because it, and I think it is, if you can get aside from the theme, which works perfectly fine, it's this Cthulhu theme on a cruise ship, all kind of works. And it is kind of like a simplified, abbreviated version of Battlestar. It's kind of plucked a lot of the good things out of that game and it kind of works. We haven't had an expansion yet for it, and there's been cries of it. Do we need an expansion? I don't know if we do. To be honest, maybe some more cards and needs one of those quality life expansions. Maybe just give everything a little bit, pad everything out a bit more. But to be fair, as it stands, it all kind of works really well with that base game. It's a solid version of it, and I enjoyed playing it. We got absolutely whipped. The bloody fucking cultist bastard things sunk the ship. It all got wet. We ran out of fuel and they pulled a fast one on us. But yeah, that was all good fun. And we've played lots of other small games like No Thanks and that stuff. But that's irrelevant. Right, let's do some news.
Here is the news.
News. So quick news. AEG, the CEO of AEG or whoever it is, decided that we had not had enough drama in the last week or so, and then decided to basically put out a tweet the other day, mind-fuddingly stupid tweet, that you go, perhaps the CEO of AEG should not have a phone and definitely not a Twitter account. In a nutshell, I think Elizabeth Hargreaves, the designer of Wingspan, had tweeted something, and I think he had a retort to this. I wasn't going to get drawn into it because there's so much drama at the moment. I can't do any more of the drama. But yes, essentially, I will paraphrase. He essentially said, we don't publish games by Gale designers because they make games about feelings and stuff, and we don't enjoy that. And they don't do well with rejection because they do feelings and fluffy stuff, but men, that was about it. It was incredibly, really stupid take, one could say. So yeah, he's since backpedaled and kind of semi-partially apologised, not apologised. But yeah, generally you're left kind of going, yeah. So that happened, but that's just, Anyway, 2 days. It's a couple of 2 sleeps to EXPO, which is kind of cool. And I've thought about it. I've looked at EXPO and I've looked at some more stuff that's coming up. Just quickly, I've seen that they posted in the last, recently, they're giving away £1,000 a day at the Expo. If you go and take some photos next to posters, put it on Instagram and tag it with hashtag 1000 Expo, I think it was, and something else. You have to go and look on the site. Work it out. I'm not going to give it away. Might be £1,000 for me. Essentially, it sounds very cool because then you'll get on stage and you get your thing and you get given access to the UK Games Expo credit card. Ooh. £1,000 at the Expo. That would be a nice time. It would be a very nice time. Anyway, so what's I thought about that? I looked again at some stuff that's coming up at the Expo that I'm going to try and get around and look at. I put out the other video of kind of some bits that I saw on their website, but there's actually more stuff. Clearly, that's coming out of the Expo. There's a few more things I saw there. Of that, so sit-down games on stand I1986, I don't know, Tawankiku. Looks kind of cool. It's like an abstracty game, a bit Azul-ish. I've heard murmurings that it's supposed to be better. I don't own Azul. I'm not the world's biggest abstract fan. However, there's something simple, quick, and to play an abstracty markety thing and I would enjoy it, then I'd give it a pop. So we're going to have a look and see what that's about. The big one what's really attracted my attention at the moment, actually, I must admit, is After Us from Hatchet Games UK. Which is a post-apocalyptic game set where you play monkeys. You play the monkeys. It's very Planet of the Apes-y. You have your tribe of apes and monkeys, and it's kind of a deck building tableau thingy. I like the way how the card designs. You kind of lock in different cards against each other to fulfill kind of like blocks on it. I've seen it before in another game. I can't think of the game I've seen it in. But yeah, you lock it together and anyone that's complete will then generate you stuff which you then can spend on more stuff to win points. But it's got Vincent Dutray art in there and his art is always gorgeous. It's got a really funky cool theme. It's got the monkeys, Planet Ape vibes. All of that's kind of cool. They're doing an exclusive UK cover, which is very apt, really, I suppose. There's Big Ben mouldering in the background as Brexit continues to destroy the world, or the UK. So anyway, I'm quite on board for that. That's Hatchet Games. They are on a stand, which is 2-538. I think that's how it works. How you find that, I don't know. Hall Tool. Aha! Hall Tool 538. That's what that means. Stand 538. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Anyway, yes, After Us. So that is one I think I might make a bit of a beeline to and pick up a copy of because they are limited of them. They're not coming out till September, and I think it's in my wheelhouse. Yes. Wizards & Co. by Sinister Fish and Moon, actually. I've got demos booked with these guys. Sinister Fish did Villagers, which game which I thought aesthetically was very cool and played fine. It just did not set my world on fire when I played it. I think Luke from the Book of Meeple had it, and I played it with him a little while ago. And as I say, I wasn't repelled by it. It just didn't grab my attention. But Moon looks kind of cool. So more of the same, but with the sci-fi design on it. So hopefully have a look at that. And Wizards & Co., which is their new one. I think it's from the designer Gollum and some other stuff. Don't know much more about it, but have a look. Lorcana, I think is Lorcana, is the Disney deck builder coming from Ravensburger. They're going to be having that there in some capacity to look at the thing. Now, I'm not the world's biggest CCG fan in following them these days. I mean, I love Millennium Blades, which kind of simulates that. I have before now been into Magic. Netrunner when it first came out, Star Wars ones, all sorts of these games I played chunks of, but I've kind of backpedaled away from it because it's expensive. But I am interested to see how this little kind of works. It looks gorgeous. It's got obviously the Disney art all over it. But yeah, so colour me vaguely interested, and if I could see and get an idea how it functions, just because it'd be kind of cool to see. War of the Ring card game. There's an expansion going to be there from Ares, so it'd be nice to kind of get a butcher's at that. So I'll have a look at that. Again, it's another one. War of the Ring is a little bit I'm on the fence with. But I like the concept of it, I like the idea of it. I like the Lord of the Rings, a game that could do that. So I might take a look. What else have we got? Books of Time, Board and Dice is there. I'm going to have a look at that. I've got a demo set in with them, I think, Saturday afternoon with Board and Dice, so I should take a butcher's at them. And that's kind of some more stuff that's piqued my interest. Aside from that, just looking, I might go on the Bring and Buy, as we've mentioned. I think the only thing I'm kind of vaguely tiddling around in my brain at the moment is the Star Trek Ascendancy game. Now, I kind of go, do I need it? Not really, because I've got Twilight Imperium and I've got Eclipse. But I kind of like the Star Trek stuff, aesthetic to it, and being able to do Star Trek-y stuff. It looks cool. I keep dabbling and looking at it and going, I kind of like the look of it. So I might see if it's in the Bring and Buy, maybe I can get a reasonable price copy of it rather than breaking the bank. I might have a pump of that as a treat for me. So that's it. I think that's it, really. I'm just kind of excited for the expo. I tell you what, I took little man Isaac. We went to car boot, so I was looking for Thor's hammer. Believe it or not, we didn't find that. But what I did find, I'm just going to distract myself for 5 minutes, is these old copies of Mad magazine. This is from, when is that from? 72, is it? Oh no, 77. Fuck me. 1977. Mad. It's got the. I always just love Mad magazine. They used to do movies, and this one specifically has got King Kong and Network as Madified in there, and that's so kind of cool. Then this, as I was reading, I got a stack of these. So there's a big stack of them. Here they are. Here there's some old Airport 1975. There's some Jimmy Carter issues. They're old. So this big stack that was then, but one that suddenly jumped out at me as I got to it is Star Wars issue of Mad magazine when they did Star Wars, which is kind of fucking cool. It's just a thing to have. Very excited about that. I'm just to read it. Number 196 of January 78. Jesus, 60 cents. And this is not bad, Nick, as well. This is. I don't know what this is. The Mad Star Wars musical. Special in this issue, but more Star Wars, another Star Wars front, really kind of cool. So that was kind of cool to find for literally like £1 for a stack of those. But yeah, anyway, so that's it. Expo's on the way. I'm excited for it. I am excited for it, and it'll be fun. I'm going to see if I can get some video shot while I'm there, take some shots and do some stuff. I will cover it, and obviously I will have a post Expo discussion, I'm sure, and I'll maybe involve the boys in it because Jamie and Tony are going with us, so it'd be good. Maybe we can have like a proper autopsy of the Expo. We'll see how we can do. But until then, I'm probably going offline now until after Expo. Well, I'll be available at the Expo, and I'll be tweeting probably or something or Facebooking or something during the show if I can remember and get a connection. But other than that, I think this would be me signing off for the minute until post Expo. I've got the day off Monday. If I can get something thrown together on Monday, I'll try. But we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, how exciting. Have fun. Look after yourselves. If I'm at the show, I'll say hi. If I see you, well, you'll probably need to see me. I'll be wearing shirts like this most of the time. And I don't know, I'll hopefully get some games in, but hopefully James, I will hopefully catch up with you. He's there, he's messaged me, and we're going to do that. But anyone else around, we'll see. But yes, cool, fantastic. Anyway, all this shit is done. I'm going to pack bags and get ready, and exciting stuff. See you soon. Look after yourselves. If you're at the Expo, enjoy it, have fun. Maybe we say hi. If you're not, well, go and play games anyway. It doesn't matter. What the hell? You're saving yourself probably a chunk of cash. Until then, adios and goodbye.